Hi, Becky Christofferson, Violin Guru here. So I've made other videos on the Bowhold and the left hand and playing the violin, but I wanted to do one on the different Bowholds because you've probably been scouring the internet and YouTube videos and you've seen some different teachings on how to hold the bow. And you might have even seen some more defensive videos on how there's no wrong way to hold the bow. And that is true. But there are better ways, efficient ways, and particularly ways that suit the music that you want to play. So in reality, if you watch a concert artist playing a full concerto, you will see a variety of Bowholds as they go through all the technical passages, all the lyrical passages. You will see that the Bowhold is constantly moving and changing and adapting. So the real answer is you kind of need to know how to do them all. But where do you start? So the two main Bowholds are the Russian Bowhold and the Franco-Belgian or Galamian Bowhold. And you can see very easily the differences between the two Bowholds. The Russian Bowhold is pronated. It depends on the weight of the first finger for tone production. And as you get farther from the frog and you run the risk of losing tone, you simply increase weight. And as you get close to the frog and you run the risk of getting scratchy, you decrease weight. The pinky is not attached to the bow necessarily and often flies free. It also depends on arm weight. And that is an overview of the Russian Bowhold. It is fairly accessible to learn. You don't have to do much training, you just kind of have to get used to it and learn to manage the weight depending on where you are in the bow. The Franco-Belgian Bowhold, however, this one is more commonly taught these days, and that is for a number of reasons. One is that it is balanced, so away from the violin, it is much more comfortable. This is pretty unstable away from the violin. And you might say, well, why does that matter? I'm playing the violin. Well, it matters if you're lifting your bow off the string. If I'm lifting the bow off the string, either for just lifts or for spiccato, I need to have balance in my bow. In my Bowhold. So it does matter that you feel comfortable off the string. And it also makes you feel more comfortable at the frog. So the challenges, though, of the Franco-Belgian Bowhold are that you really have to build a lot of strength in your pinky. Your pinky really hasn't been asked to show up for much in your life. You've never had to depend on pinky strength. So particularly, that is the challenge. And so in the beginning, in my own video and other videos, you'll see a lot of just relax and then add your thumb and your pinky and take it away. And for the first month, everybody does that, it's always slipping and falling, and it can be very frustrating because your pinky is balancing the weight of the bow. But that's why it works. When you take the bow off the string, your pinky is still holding the bow. And your hand is balanced, so when you're at the frog, it's easy to be comfortable. And so it's more comfortable to do smooth bow changes at the frog and to use the full length of your bow. So, if you're doing a lot of lyrical playing, the Russian Bowhold might be fine. And why not? Go for the slightly easier Bowhold. Just learn to adjust the weight and you'll be fine. But if you find that the Russian Bowhold isn't working for you because you want to play faster, you want to play off the string, or you need to play at the frog, then you really need to consider the Franco-Belgian Bowhold and do the work that it takes to build that pinky strength and that Bowhold. That being said, it is easier if you have struggled to learn this one to develop this one as an alternative when you need it or want it than it is to learn this one and then realize that you need this one later on. So that's why so many teachers begin with this one. Now the other problem, and the real reason I wanted to make this video, is it seems that a lot of Bowholds that are being taught out there are kind of in between the two. And the problem with that is that they tend to take the easy route of not training the pinky without actually pronating the hand for the weight on the pointer. So you end up with nothing. You neither have the weight of the pointer or the strength of the pinky balancing with the thumb. And so you have very few choices for tone color and for solutions for technical problems. So what this looks like is you are slightly pronated. So now you have a lot of weight on your first finger, but you don't have any way of removing it because your hand isn't relaxed that way. And you don't have any function in your pinky, so you can't remove it that way. So you're just kind of stuck. People who play with this in-between Bowhold also seem to end up with a lot of tension in their hands. Whereas even the Russian Bowhold, for as pronated as it is actually quite relaxed. And the Franco-Belgian Bowhold, being balanced, is also relaxed and available to move as needed to facilitate your bowing technique. So what I would encourage you to do is to seek out good instruction that either properly teaches one or the other, and do the work that you need to do to properly develop one or the other, or to be able to go back and forth between both. Because in reality, no matter how rounded your Franco-Belgian Bowhold is when you're at the frog, playing a fully long bow to the tip requires pronation. Look at that. I'm pretty much at a Russian Bowhold when I'm at the tip. But I'm not going to stay there because I want to be comfortable at the frog. So I'm going to rotate my hand to the Franco-Belgian Bowhold, but I'm going to go all the way. If you stop here, you don't have either Bowhold or the advantages or functionality of either Bowhold. So that's my 2 cents on choosing your Bowhold. Please leave questions in the comments or reach me online. Thanks and happy practicing.